Hello learners, in today's week 2 video number 6, the lesson is on Deming and Juran approach to total quality management, presented by Dr. N. Venkateshwarlu, Associate Professor, School of Engineering and Technology, Indira Gandhi National Open University, New Delhi. Deming approach to TQM. Dr. W. Edward Deming was a statistician by training and largely involved in rebuilding of Japanese industry after World War II. He is largely known for the application of statistical theory to manufacturing variations. Deming defines TQM as a culture inherent in which there is total commitment to the quality and an attitude expressed by everybody's involvement in the process of continuous improvement of products and services through the use of innovative scientific methods. Objectives. After listening to this video lecture, you should be able to define TQM, explain Deming's 14 points to quality management, 7 deadly sins and PDCA cycle, and describe Juran's quality triology and achieving quality through breakthrough approach. Deming approach to TQM. Dr. W. Edward Deming's contribution to TQM is listed in his 14 points to quality improvement, 7 deadly sins and PDCA cycle. Deming is the father of the world famous Deming Prize for Quality. His philosophy begins with top management but maintains that a company must adopt the 14 points of his system of all levels. He also believes that quality must be built into the product at all stages in order to achieve a high level of excellence. Deming developed what is known as the Deming chain reaction. As quality improves, cost will decrease and productivity will increase, resulting in more jobs, greater market and long-term survival. Although it is the worker who will ultimately produce quality products, Deming stresses worker pride and satisfaction rather than the establishment of quantifiable goals. His overall approach focuses on improvement of the process in that the system rather than the worker in the cause of process variation. Here I would like to explain further. In this, the Deming says that the quality is not only depending upon the worker's performance, we must respect the worker who is working on the machines. We must encourage the worker to make the products and understand the processes. So for this, the Deming says that the process variations are caused not due to the workers, it is due to the technology management. So in that way, one should encourage the worker or employee who is working on the machines. Deming's 14 points to TQM. The principles by which TQM can be incorporated into an organization is given by Deming's 14 points for transformation of management, a total 14 points. In this, the first one is create constancy of purpose, second, adopt a new philosophy, third one, cease dependence on mass inspection to achieve quality, and fourth one is end the practices of awarding business on the basics of price alone, and then constantly improve the system of production and services, institute training on the job adopt and institute methods of supervision and leadership, drive out fear, break down barriers between departments and individuals, eliminate slogans. These are the 14 points of Deming 14 points to TQM. Eliminate numerical goals or work standards, end annual reviews or merit rating, institute a rigorous program of education and self-improvement, define top management permanent commitment to over improving quality and productivity. These are all the 14 points of Deming's 14 points to total quality management. Now we will discuss each point one by one. Create constancy of purpose. Create constancy of purpose towards improvement of product and services with the aim to become competitive, to stay in business and to provide jobs. The management must take immediate action on any deviations from the drive towards achieving quality constancy. Achieving quality constancy in producing goods, that is very much important. So how to achieve consistency in constancy of purpose means continuous improvement in the processes, continuous improvement in the quality, constantly producing the quality levels at the required customer required levels. That is the constancy of the purpose. Second one, adopt a new philosophy. The change is necessary in the old management methods which are no longer effective for today's business environment. If current management practices are not in tandem with the type of business, then the cost is bound to be loss of competitive position. So always we must adapt new philosophies, new technologies, new methods to compete in the market or to be in the business in a competitive way. For that, we need to adapt new philosophies, new technologies, new methods to enhance the quality of products and bring newness in the products and services. Then third one is cease dependence on mass inspection to achieve quality. Build quality into the product in the first place. If possible, everything has to be done right at first time so that there is no need for rectification later. There is a need to replace the practices of defect prevention and continuous improvement. So here what is saying that don't depend on the mass inspection. Mass inspection means produce the products at one time and then go for inspection each product. That is known as a mass inspection. That is totally, it's not adding any value to the process. So that we have to avoid this dependence on mass inspection, but implement the quality systems during the processes so that we can improve the processes as well as quality. Then fourth one is end the practice of awarding business on the basis of price alone. So this takes place during the awarding of materials purchasing to the suppliers. Suppose we are bidding for some raw material. So the raw material we have advertised it for bidding. Then so many suppliers wants to supply, but everybody says that I will give in this cost, less cost. I'll give more less than others. Like that they will bid. But one should not go for lower bidding on only depending on the price. That is wrong system. So one must see about what is the history of that suppliers, who is supplying continuously with quality, and who are implemented total quality management in their practices. So depending upon so many factors are there, but don't depend only on the price alone. So here the low price of incoming materials does not ensure performance. It is possible that the future suppliers are not consistent as regards quality level. Therefore, it is always worthwhile to stick to a single supplier for any one item in a long-term business association of loyalty and trust. So one must think about the long-term relationship with the suppliers or long-term relationship with the customers. So by observing, by loyalty, by trust, so one should give or one should allot the bids to the suppliers. That is the fourth concept of Deming's 14 points to TQM. Then fifth one is constantly improve the system of production and services. The company should always try to reduce variability in order to improve quality and productivity constantly and decrease cost. The manager should keep an eye on the system maintenance and process improvement and training. He should anticipate trouble and not become content. This is the fifth one. Then sixth is the institute's training on the job. Training and education are the cornerstones of the consistency. Investment in product training of all new, proper training of all new employees, including managers, will ensure that newcomers will immediately start contributing to their full capacity. What it is saying that the company's institute, training institute, has to give training to the new employees on the systems, quality methods, so that immediately they can contribute to the company's profits. That is the institute's training on the job. Then seventh one is adopt and institute methods of supervision and leadership. Here the supervision and leadership, why we are calling, earlier we used to say that bossism, but here now we are calling it as a supervision and leadership. Leadership is to make the people feel happy to work, motivate the workers to work or bring innovation in the working by improving the quality or reducing the costs. So that is the leadership. That is the new leadership quality. The aim of supervision should be to help people and mission do a better job. That employees take more interest in work and come forward in handling responsibilities. Modern leadership means that people leading the company must show the employees ways of improving productivity. The leaders should be a motivating factor. They should teach and counsel rather than judging. Then eighth one is drive out fear. In order that everyone works effectively and productively for the company, a two-way communication should be encouraged. Then fear is driven away. It leads to successful joint working relationships based on respect and cooperation. An atmosphere of fear is always counterproductive and reduces competitiveness and innovation. So, by driving out a fear from each employee, the employee can work more and better than with fear. That is the meaning of this drive out. Break down barriers between departments and individuals. People from all departments contribute to a common goal of company and eventfully success. This is possible when individual barriers break down and lead to mutual trust and cooperation. Here the meaning is that there should not be any barrier between each individuals or each department. Sometimes in departments to department there will be some quarrel or there may be the fight between the departments because of the tool room and machine shop. They always fight, or sometimes quality department and production departments always fights in the manufacturing processes. But it should not be like that. That barrier should be avoided. We are working for the company, so we are all equal. So that how to make the production or how to make the quality improvement by maintaining cooperation and coordination and mutual trust between the employees and between the departments. Then 10th one is eliminate slogans. Sometimes some gurus says that slogans are effective. Some says slogans eliminate slogans. But here Deming says that slogans and posters campaign demanding for new levels of excellence do not yield positive results because the worker cannot correct the cause of low quality and unsatisfactory productivity. No substantial improvement can be made through slogans unless management takes an initiative or employee training is done. So here simply giving slogans is not an effective and not productive. But slogans, when you should give the slogans to improve the quality, first you give the training to the employees on the quality methods, quality technologies, and the educating them to improve the quality. So then only the slogans will be effective. Then 11th one is eliminate numerical goals or work standards. The only way to increase quality and productivity is to replace work standards with competent leadership. If target is reasonable and eventually achieved, the employee involved will become complacent and put no more efforts. On the other hand, if target is unreasonable, either it will not be attained or it will be attained by manipulating the figures and or lowering standards. Thus, any method relying on numerical goals are detrimental to the future of the whole company. So what here it is saying that by giving a numerical target, so the operator can achieve that. If it is easy, he can easily achieve and he can complete within 2 hours and remaining 4 hours he can sit idle. If the targets are not reasonable, but even in 8 hours also he can't able to achieve those targets. So to achieve those targets, he can manipulate and he can, or sometimes he can reduce the quality level to achieve the targets. So that is the disadvantage of numerical goals or work standards. 12th one, end annual review or merit rating. Mainly here the merit rating gives problem to the workers or even supervisors. It is the comparing with others. So that merit rating is not a motivating factor. So the Deming strongly recommends the abolition of the annual merit rating because it destroys teamwork, increases variability in the performance of employee and focuses on short term. Besides, it causes excessive international competition and isolation, reduces initiatives and risk taking. Institute a rigorous program of education and self-improvement. This refers to continuing re-education and self-improvement for everyone. Retraining is an assessment as providing training to new employees because it gives the people a sense of security that their work carries a value. Re-education assures that if the position the employee is currently holding ceases to hold a value, then he would be able to change into a more valuable position within the company. So educating the people or giving chance to the employees to improve their educational qualification or improving in the company itself by training them in a new methods, so that he can get the promotion or he will feel happy. So that sometimes rewards will be given, sometimes he can improve his educational qualification. That is this point says. Then in the 14th point, define top management's permanent commitment to ever improving quality and productivity. The management should immediately take actions to accomplish the transformation by implementing the preceding 13 points. Once a manager fully understands Deming's philosophy, he will become capable of coordinating actions for continuous improvement. So these are the 14 points. What he says that in the 14th point, so one has to practice all 13 points so that the manager can understand every process and he can improve or he can implement the TQM system in his company and improve quality continuously. These are all the 14 Deming 14 points to total quality management. Then Deming's 7 deadly sins. Deming, in addition to putting forward his philosophy in the 14 points, also identified 7 deadly diseases that if unattained, cause harm in the organization and prevent it from becoming a world-class organization. That 7 deadly sins are lack of constancy in the processes, machining or processing or improving quality. Then second one is short-term profits. One always don't think about short-term profits. Then performance appraisal. Fourth one is job hopping, and fifth one is use of visible figures only, and sixth one is excessive medical cost, excessive costs of liability. These are the 7 deadly sins one must understand, and one must attend on these things so that one can improve upon and the organization will become excellence. Then next one is Deming's cycle or PDCA cycle. So it is also known as plan, do, check, act cycle. There is an ongoing cycle of activities that Deming suggests a procedure to assist in the establishment and long-term existence of a quality organization. The cycle, called the Deming cycle or Shewhart cycle, consists of 4 main stages, one following another in a specific order that is repeated continuously. The name PDCA cycle is often used as an acronym for all 4 stages. What are those? These are plan, do, check and act. That's why we are calling it as a PDCA cycle. Then plan. The plan is the process of improvement should start with careful planning of the route of action. This could involve a great deal of understanding, documenting, evaluating and assessing the tools to be used for a effective quality program. Change should be gradual and not for the sake of change. At this stage, decisions should be taken on the objectives to aim for, the changes that are needed, the type of performance measures to be used and who should be responsible for what. So this is the plan. Then do. Implementation of the plan should follow with the involvement of everybody. This will include training the scientific methods, survey of the customer needs and expectations, identification of core processes, collection of statistical information, understanding of process control and variations, identification of projects with improvement objectives, formation of projects teams and communication of resulting success. At this stage, small scale implementation of any planned change will take place and resulting data will be allowed. Checking how the plan is evolving is an important part of the cycle. This involves measuring and observing the effective effects of any change or test carried out at the do stage, analysis of results, feedback and review. Using actual data, deviations from original expectation should be evaluated and investigated. Act 1. Corrective actions can follow based on the lessons learned so far. A study of the current situation should be made, standardizing any improvements and properly documenting any good new processes and innovative ideas. The review at the checking stage can be used as a learning process so that knowledge is built into a new plan. Plan requires prediction. The result of any change at action stage can enhance the ability to predict the future. The Deming cycle of planning, implementation, checking, action, plan is thus continuously one has to do all this: plan, do, check, act. Juran on quality. Dr. Joseph, Juran is also one of the guru of quality, like Deming, then Juran, and another one is Crosby. So Juran is also a guru of quality. Dr. Juran was one of the first person to incorporate the involvement of people within quality. Juran's point was that organizations were well aware of the aspects of quality control but did not know how to manage for quality. The ideas for which he was best known as are: 1. Top management involvement. The placed emphasis on training process, supervision and operators. The application of Pareto principles. The project by project approach to quality improvement. Dr. Joseph Juran places more of the quality responsibilities to middle management and quality professionals. The role of upper managers is restricted to guidance and policy making. Management for quality is done by the use of 3 managerial processes: planning, control and improvement, which are 3 members of Juran's quality trilogy model. The important aspects in planning for quality are identifying the customer and needs, translating the customer needs into a language that every employee of organization can understand and develop a product, optimizing the product by developing and optimizing the processes. Once operating conditions have been established and proved as optimal, transforming the processes to operate. Cost considerations play important role in planning. Juran's quality control. Control is the process of detecting and correcting adverse changes. Changes occur inadvertently due to effect of negative influence on the set level of quality. It is crucial to take actions when standards are not met in the form of audits, control limits, etc. Juran states that the majority, 80% of the current quality problems are the faults of poor management rather than poor workmanship on the factory floor. Only a process in control is predictable and amenable to further improvement. Juran believes that improvement can be realized by organized procedures and priority. To achieve a breakthrough, Juran suggests the following steps. Accept the responsibility for making improvements. Management must be involved. Understand the universal sequence of events for making the improvements. Apply the universal sequence to actual company problems. Achieving quality through breakthrough. Juran emphasizes that quality results can be attained by making a breakthrough. A breakthrough indicates a beneficial change from status quo. Such a change is needed for overcoming chronic quality problems. The organization often are busy in firefighting to overcome sporadic quality problems, but would be immediately benefited if chronic quality problems are removed. But quality does not happen by accident. It has to follow a sequential of plan. Achieving quality through breakthrough. Juran dictates the following steps by which the universal breakthrough sequence is to be carried out in an organization. Proof of the need, project identification, organization for improvement, the diagnostic journey, remedial action, resistance to change, and holding the gains. So with this, learners, in this video you have learned Deming's approach to TQM, Deming's 14 points to quality management, Deming's 7 deadly sins to quality, Deming's cycle or PDCA cycle, Juran on quality, Juran's quality triology, etc. Learners, please don't forget to read units and other reference books for clear understanding of the concept. Thank you.